Yo, what is going on, everyone in the XRP community? Hope you guys are having yourselves a fantastic day today as usual, and I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about why a breakout for XRP to the 60-cent range is very, very possible in the near future. So let's go ahead and get into it. Also, after I give you guys my analysis, I'm going to go ahead and go over when is alt season, and I got a few things about Bitcoin I want to talk about and why I'm a little bit bearish on Bitcoin in the short term. So let's go ahead, let's get right into it. So again, I have been showing this on stream, but my videos are mainly targeted to people who have not seen the stream yet. So I kind of want to recap essentially everything I went over in stream about why XRP is really, in my opinion, poised for a breakout. Now, this doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to happen. We could definitely see rejection and go down and end up testing support again, or end up going down and getting into a consolidation at the lower 40-cent range. It's definitely possible, but I do want to show you guys the other possibility that we might be seeing a breakout pretty soon. So first of all, XRP to the US dollar on Kraken on the daily chart. As you can see here, we got our clear support right there. We got our clear resistance right here. And as you can see, about over the weekend, we actually broke above this really fast, and we went over to almost 51 cents. Some exchanges actually hit 52 cents. It was a really enticing moment for traders. A lot of people hopped in, but again, we ended up getting a lot of selling pressure up there. Now, what's happening here is that once I saw that we had all the selling pressure and that we were closing, not really below the resistance, but we were closing like right at it, which I didn't think, was the greatest sign. But as you can see, for the last 3 days, we've been every single time crossing that resistance. Now, again, recently it hasn't been much, but we're still actually crossing the resistance. This candle here, this candle, and this candle have all been crossing the resistance. So for the past 4 days, we've been fiddling around with this resistance level. That is very clear. So you can see when we tried to break over it, we saw a lot of selling pressure. We got right back below the resistance line. And then yesterday, they tried to really push it down. We got down to the 44-cent area. And then again, what happened? We saw a lot of buying pressure. It wicked back up. And again, right now, as we speak, they're trying to push it down because, Bitcoin is pumping. And this is when we see top alts really don't do anything. They usually go down a couple percent when Bitcoin's actually rising like how it is now. So we've seen them, they try to push it over, we get it sold back down, but then more recently they're trying to push it down, but we're getting it right bought back up. So it seems like the bears are really having a bad time trying to drive the price down. As you can see, the last 4 days, we continue to close the candles end up either, playing around with the resistance or, beginning the candle open right at the resistance level and closing, right below it. And then now as we speak, they're trying to short it down. Now, keep in mind this daily candle, we do have about half, I'd say like just under half of this body eaten up as a wick. So they try to bring us down about 45.5 cents. Market's not liking that. We are buying it back up and at the 46 range. So the daily candle does close in exactly 2 hours and 44 minutes. And I think what's really critical here is if we can actually cross over this resistance and close above it. As soon as on the daily, we can get over the resistance and actually close at about 48, 49 cents, I think that would give us the bullish confirmation to like the 50, 60, potentially 70-cent range. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the RSI here, we are in the bullish zone again at 60. So that's all good stuff on the XRP to US dollar chart. Now, next thing I do want to show you guys, we are on the XRP to USD longs on Bitfinex have made a new all-time high. Look at the entire history of all the longs ever. I mean, they are as high as it's ever been. They just made a new all-time high. And guys, if all these traders are stacking up a bunch of long contracts, what does that tell you? That tells you they know what's coming. We just keep continuing to make new highs. We continue to make new highs on the long contracts. Now, this really isn't that significant of an indicator, but when you have this many people longing the coin, I think that's a very great sign that the longs are hitting all-time highs that have never, ever been hit before. So I think all the traders know what's coming, and we are really waiting for that pump. But again, the USD longs, this is more of kind of like a psychological sort of indicator. This isn't, like a real indication of anything about to happen. But again, you just look at the psychology of it, that a lot of people are going long on XRP at record levels. Again, I think me personally, I think the traders do know what's about to come. Now, this chart gets real interesting here. This is the XRP to Bitcoin. And here's our clear, oops, sorry about that. Let's go ahead. All right, there we go. There is our clear support right there. And as you can see in the past, anytime we come down to the support level, we see a big run up. You see that? All of a sudden we come down to support, big run up, rejection, then we kind of consolidate, kind of try to push up again, but then we break below this resistance. This is back in like December 2017. Then what happens is we actually break below support, and then we see the massive reversal right here, and then we end up going freaking sky high. And yes, this was all-time high, the days of $3.30. Absolutely beautiful. Guys, I don't doubt though we're going to be seeing them in the next few months here potentially. Now, again, we're coming back from all-time high, bear market, bear market, bear market, bear market, and then what happens? We come back to this support level, and look what happens. We end up bouncing like crazy. And this was an actual, I believe XRP was at 30 cents, and we ran up all the way to 80 cents. So pretty significant movement, but the rally, or really the breakout to new all-time highs, it did fail and get rejected. But the point being, we came down to the support level, and we actually ended up breaking out pretty decently, right? 30 cents to 80 cents. That's a pretty massive move. Then after that, we kind of have some consolidation, and then look what happens here. Just recently, we come back down to the support level, and then we have like an attempted move up on the XRP to Bitcoin chart. Got rejected though, but then now we're coming back down again. But as you can see here, I'm kind of seeing that this scenario right here is very similar to what's happening right now. You have, we're approaching back down to support, then we see that green candle come out of nowhere, we try to break out, we fail, but then we come back down to support again, and we blast off. Now, again, same thing. We're coming back down to support, we wick to support, we have a failed rally up, we consolidate, now we're going back down to the support, and now we're actually crossing over it just a bit now though. But then if you look at history, every time we either break below or touch that support level on the XRP to Bitcoin pair, every single time we have a significant impulse up. And again, the RSI is actually in oversold conditions, so we are really looking for an impulse somewhere here in the near future, considering that every time we come back down to the support, we always have a really decent sized impulse. Now, the thing is though, is if we impulse and we actually break this resistance right here, I mean, I absolutely think we're getting some new all-time highs. So again, the USD chart's important, but again, you know, XRP to Bitcoin does have a lot of liquidity as well, so this is another chart that we have to consider. And really, I think why this one's so interesting is that the past 3 times we've either touched it or broken through this support level, we always end up having a massive, massive impulse. So guys, I think right now we have a big chance to potentially impulse and break this resistance. And again, if we all of a sudden start bouncing off right here and we're making waves towards that resistance, XRP to the US dollar, this resistance level right here will definitely be broken. So guys, this is a real possibility here that this might actually happen. Now, something that I am looking to occur that I think would really prop us up in this direction is Bitcoin actually falling. Now, here is my issue with Bitcoin right now in terms of the price action. Yeah, you know, okay, you know, 1.5 billion Tether has been printed in the last 3 months. That's most likely what's propping it up. But however, there's a real other issue for me is that we crossed 10K with really no issues. As soon as we crossed 10K, we did not go back below, and we still haven't to this day. So guys, last bull run, when we crossed 10K, we went up to like 10,500 or maybe 11K. I don't remember exactly how it was, but I do know we crossed 10K. And then immediately after, we got a huge, huge $1,000 sell-off. And that happened right as soon as we crossed 10K. But now this time around with Bitcoin, we've crossed the 10K mark, but we've had like no back testing of the actual 10K level. So my real concern with Bitcoin right now is that, yeah, we've blasted through 10K. We're actually barreling through 11,000 and are almost halfway through 11,000 right now, but we haven't actually gone back yet to test that $10,000 support. So really, right now, Bitcoin's, you know, making waves towards the 10,000 or no, the 11,500 mark. And honestly, guys, what I'm hoping to see is Bitcoin touch 11,500 and see immediate rejection, and then probably get at least some like $1,000 or $1,500 sell off. Because just in my experience with cryptocurrency, it's like I just don't feel that it's healthy to break right through that massive like 10K FOMO psychological resistance, and we haven't even gone back to test it yet. That's just kind of my problem. So hopefully what I'm wanting to see is, again, Bitcoin's getting closer to 11,500 right now. Might do it before the end of this video. But what I would love to see is it goes to 11,500, gets rejected, and we see a mass sell-off in Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden we can get all that extra profit that was created from this most recent impulse by Bitcoin. All of that profit can now flow into altcoins. Because if we see right here, if people start taking tons of Bitcoin and selling it for XRP, we could see a huge bounce right here. And that's where I could potentially see Altseason for all cryptocurrencies, not just XRP. So honestly, guys, based on the technical analysis I've showed you and my thoughts I've given you about Bitcoin, I think the best case scenario for us is that Bitcoin can just get rejected, have a massive sell-off, trigger some panic, and then a lot of people will take their Bitcoin profits out and then hopefully move them into altcoins, and we can get a nice little alt season. Because again, guys, really, I mean, we just barreled through 10K like that, and we're not even having any sort of like hesitation or resistance or going down to back test that level. It's like, I feel like somewhere in the future, we're going to have to test the 10K level again. So I'm honestly expecting a drop for Bitcoin sometime in the near future, and hopefully a parabolic move for XRP in the near future. Guys, it's really priming up to look like it is a very well possibility. And again, I mean, if we really do get this breakout and get into like the 60, 70, 80 cent range, I think that would be absolutely amazing. We could finally get back closer to the all-time high of $3.30. And hopefully, guys, we break that, hit $5, $10 or something like that, guys. So anyways, thank you for tuning in the video today. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you do smash the like, subscribe, check the links in the description if you would like to support the channel. I really do appreciate it, guys. Make sure check below the description if you would like to get yourself some sweet XRP Ripple merch. So again, thank you guys for tuning in the video today. Much appreciated. And now Bitcoin just keeps going up. But honestly, guys, I am really hoping to see this thing drop like a rock and a bunch of people just take out their profits out of fear and then start pumping them into altcoins. Because again, if you look across the board today, we do have some altcoins in the double-digit gains. So I'm really hoping for some alt season in the near future. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in the video today. Really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.